The immortal epic of Valmiki is undoubtedly one of the gems of Indian mythology. It's the journey of Sri Ram, an incarnation of the Lord Vishnu. The story of Sri Ramchandra, the Prince of Ayodhya, is one of the most often told in India. Ram, Prince of Ayodhya, won the hand of Sita, the beautiful princess of Mithila kingdom, but was exiled with her and his brother Lakshman for 14 years through the plotting of his stepmother. In the forest, Sita was abducted by Ravan, and Ram gathered an army of monkeys and finds her in Lanka, a kingdom of demons or Rakshasas. The allies attacked Lanka, killed Ravan and rescued Sita. Their return to the kingdom was a landmark event in Ayodhya and celebrated with fervor. Kingdom of Ayodhya, which was ruled by Dashrath, had 3 wives and 4 sons. Ram is the eldest, born to Kausalya. Bharat is the second son, born to Kaikeyi. Lakshman and Shatrughna are born to Sumitra, the third wife of Dashrath. Sita Swayamvar. In a nearby kingdom, Mithila, the ruler Janak invited various kingdoms for a ceremony called the Swayamvar, meant for his daughter Sita to choose her bridegroom. Sita indicated to have chosen Ram by putting a garland around his neck. This was after Ram and other suitors had been put through a challenge which only Ram could perform. It was destined that Ram would be the one who would win Sita's hand, the epitome of womanly purity. King Dashrath, desirous of doing that which was acceptable to all of the kingdom, wished to pass the baton of Ayodhya to Ram, the man of infallible prowess, endued with sterling virtues, ever intent on the welfare of the people. However, Dashrath's second wife, Ram's stepmother Kaikeyi, who had previously been promised 2 boons by Dashrath, she wanted her son Bharat to rule. Bound by the oath he had made to Kaikeyi years before, had to finally give in to Kaikeyi's demand that Ram be banished to the forests for 14 years and that Bharat be given the throne. In pursuance of his father's promise and with respect for his stepmother's wishes, Ram, the always obedient son, was as content to go into the forest as to be crowned the king. His dear brother Lakshman, endowed with humility out of brotherliness, followed him. Ram's beloved spouse Sita also accompanied Ram. The trio set out for the forest. After Ram left, Dashrath ascended to heaven. Bharat, although advised by the Brahmanas to rule the kingdom, did not wish for dominion. To Bharat, it was against dharma. Bharat set out to the forest in search of his elder brother to persuade him to come back and rule Ayodhya. But Ram sent him back, stating he did not wish for the kingdom in consonance with his father's injunction. So Bharat returned to Ayodhya with Ram's padukas, or footwear, to keep on the throne as a symbol of his brother's blessings, took up the mantle of Ayodhya but promised to give it up once Ram returns. Dandak Forest, a rich and fertile land with all that was needed to feed and house people. It was here that the great Prince Ram had retreated to live out his 14-year exile from his kingdom of Ayodhya. One day, a demon princess tried to seduce Ram and persuade him to marry her. Lakshman, after much endured argument, wounded her and drove her away. She returned to her brother Ravan, the 10-headed ruler of Lanka, and tells her brother about Sita. Ravan had a weakness for beautiful women. Ravan, infuriated by the audacity of the humans who hurt his sister, wanted to avenge it by abducting Sita. So he sent a golden deer to the forest where they resided. Later one day, Ram, Sita and Lakshman in the forest were talking about the golden deer. Sita had seen in the forest. She begs Ram to catch it for her. Lakshman was apprehensive about the deer. Ram tells Lakshman to guard his wife while he hunts for the deer. Like Lakshman, he also feared an attack from the demons. Ram was misled by the golden deer, who was actually demon Marich in disguise, deep in the forest. Ram killed it with an arrow, and upon Ravan's instruction, Marich let out a cry, perfectly imitating Ram. A wail that echoed through the forest, calling Lakshman and Sita for help. At the hermitage, Lakshman and Sita had heard the cry. Sita was struck with anxiety. Turning to Lakshman, who stood calmly, she asked Lakshman to go save Ram, but Lakshman did not move. He did not at all fear for Ram and considered the cry to have been uttered by a demon. Sita became even more anxious, seeing Lakshman unperturbed. Bewildered by fear, she spoke angrily to Lakshman, accusing him of wanting to get rid of Ram and marrying her. Enraged by Sita's insinuations, Lakshman left, but before leaving, he drew a line which would protect her in his absence, a line called Lakshman Rekha. Lakshman warned Sita against crossing it, come what may. After Lakshman left, Ravan arrived in the disguise of a wandering saint and asked for food. Sita, being the benevolent lady, offered food. Ravan tricked her into crossing the Lakshman Rekha and abducted her, thus committing one of the gravest mistakes in Ramayana. Ravan thought that Sita, under abduction, will agree to be his bride. Ram encounters Lakshman on his way back and reprimands him for leaving Sita. On finding out about Sita's abduction by Ravan from the heroic vulture Jatayu, who was killed by Ravan while trying to rescue Sita, Ram is extremely dejected but vows to find Sita. In their quest for Sita, Ram and Lakshman meet Sugriv, the ruler of the monkey kingdom Kishkindha, and Hanuman, Sugriv's trusted confidant. Ram and Sugriv agreed to help each other in their pursuits. Hanuman volunteered to help Ram Sita. Ram was overjoyed. He gave Hanuman a ring inscribed with his name and asked him to give it to Sita, so that she is reassured that Hanuman was his messenger. Hanuman leapt into the air and travelled with the huge Vanar army in search of Sita. Finally, after the search party travelled great distances, with some assistance on the way, discovered that Sita is in captivity in Lanka across the Great Sea. In Lanka, Sita laid weeping in a garden called the Ashok Vatika. Ravan was continuously trying to coerce her to be his bride, but in vain. Hanuman carefully approached Sita for fear of alerting anyone in Lanka, and assured Sita of Ram's well-being and that he will soon be back before long. Sita was elated after finding the ring Ram had given to Hanuman. She was sure of being saved by her husband. Ravan intercepts Hanuman on his way back. The demon beats the monkey and tries to set his tail on fire. Instead, Hanuman escaped and set the whole city ablaze with his tail, but leaves the part of Lanka where Sita was residing. Hanuman returns to Kishkindha, informs Ram about Sita's whereabouts and reinforcing the monkey army to reach Lanka, which was across the sea, and defeat Ravan, thereby rescuing Sita. Ram, along with monkey army, planned to build a bridge across the ocean with the help of the god of seas and crossed the bridge to reach Lanka. The war. Ram, Lakshman and the Vanar army finally, after having built the bridge, reached Lanka and embraced themselves for a fierce battle with the demons or Rakshasas of Lanka. Tens of millions of Ravan's Rakshasas, all of them equipped with fierce weapons of every description, came to fight Ram and his army of monkeys. After much hard-fought battle, Ram remembered the celestial arrow which Agastya had given him long ago in the forest. As it struck Ravan, for the first time the demon saw clearly the folly of his furious pursuit of the things of this world. Understanding at last the aim of all existence, and shattered by truth, Ravan fell. After the war, Ram and Sita head back to Ayodhya. After the couple's triumphant return to Ayodhya, Ram's righteous rule, or Ram Raj, paved the way for a golden age for all mankind. The return of Ram, Sita and Lakshman to their kingdom Ayodhya is celebrated with much fervor, and lights are lit as a symbol of victory of righteousness over evil. Celebrated every year in India, to this date, we call the festival of lights as Deepavali